We've all seen it. You count every calorie, hit the gym for an hour, and then step on the scale only to see the same number staring back at you. For decades, the medical establishment has relied on a simple mathematical formula for weight loss. Eat fewer calories than you burn. Eat less, move more. If that equation were an absolute biological truth, we would expect a global decline in weight. Instead, we are living through a massive worldwide obesity crisis. Public health initiatives have spent 40 years repeating the same advice despite its failure. Even high-profile efforts like the Let's Move campaign centered entirely on this strategy of caloric reduction and exercise. Stalled progress points to a biological misalignment rather than a lack of character. We are fighting the wrong biological enemy. Dr. Ansel Keys tested the limits of caloric restriction during World War II. He conducted the Minnesota Starvation experiment to document exactly how the human body reacts to extreme deprivation. The results showed that the body views severe calorie cutting as a survival threat. It protects its energy stores by aggressively lowering its metabolic rate, the baseline energy required for organs to function. While energy expenditure drops, the body also releases chemical signals that drive an intense primal hunger, forcing the individual to seek out more food. Caloric restriction initiates an evolutionary defense mechanism. The body slows its energy use while increasing hunger, virtually ensuring that any lost weight will eventually return. To understand fat storage, we have to look at the body set weight. Similar to a thermostat in a house, the central nervous system maintains a tightly regulated target for how much fat the body should carry. This regulation is automatic. We have as much conscious control over this biological dial as we do over our heart rate or our internal temperature. Hormones act as the hand that turns this dial. Specifically, insulin, the primary energy storage hormone, signals the body to increase its target weight. When insulin levels remain high over months and years, the body's internal thermostat is pushed higher. The brain accepts this as the new normal and adjusts our biology to defend that weight. Reversing obesity requires a hormonal adjustment to the body's internal thermostat. Starving a body that is still programmed to maintain a high weight is a losing battle. Gary Taubes summarized the scientific reality. We do not get fat because we overeat. We overeat because we get fat. High insulin levels change how we process fuel. The hormone funnels in numbing energy directly into fat cells and sequesters it there, making it unavailable for use. Because this energy is trapped in fat tissue, the rest of the body's organs and muscles are left without fuel. The cells send a distress signal to the brain, reporting a state of starvation. The brain reacts by increasing hunger to bring in more energy and decreasing the desire to move to prevent further energy loss. Excessive hunger and lethargy are downstream biological consequences of a system that has prioritized fat accumulation. Insulin levels are driven primarily by added sugars and refined carbohydrates. This trend grew rapidly alongside the rise of industrially processed boxed foods in the mid-20th century. Physicians once understood this. Dr. Benjamin Spock, who wrote the most influential child-rearing manual of the 20th century, explicitly stated that starchy and sugary foods were the primary drivers of weight gain. Our modern habit of constant grazing prevents insulin levels from ever returning to baseline. By eating from the moment we wake up until the moment we sleep, we keep the storage signal active all day. Our current food environment is engineered to keep insulin elevated, which keeps the body's internal thermostat set at an artificially high level. Fixing this hormonal imbalance requires addressing both what we eat and when we eat. Reducing refined grains and sugars is the first step. Replacing them with moderate protein, adding in healthy fats and protective fiber. Intermittent fasting addresses the timing of our meals. A prolonged break from digestion allows insulin levels to drop to a baseline low. When insulin drops, the body regains access to stored fat. This fuel is released into the bloodstream, allowing fat loss without slowing metabolism. Sustainable weight loss is not found in caloric deprivation. It is the result of resetting your biological thermostat by restoring your hormonal balance.